YouTube, what it do is your guy CJ back with another video, back with another episode of the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel. I'm doing an episode today about the importance of men controlling their sexual urges and attempting to eliminate lust from their being, right? A lot of times, man, guys will put sex on a pedestal, right? And they'll put sex up on a place to where, like, you know, they will forego like working on themselves or doing things today that's going to make them better tomorrow and so on and so forth, right? And I'm here to tell you, man, there's no vagina, there's no piece of ass in this world, right? And excuse my French, there's no component of sex that is worth you sacrificing the great man you can be or being who God created you to be. And I'm telling you, man, I see it every day. So many guys, so many young men, old men, middle-aged men really put who they could be for the better on the guillotine of the pursuit of sex. And you know, man, sex is a beautiful thing, bro. It's really a great thing. And I'm not making this video to tell you guys to be abstinent or to be like a monk and, you know, to abstain from sex or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, bro, like, don't let your life be dictated on female validation or sex or the pursuit of it, man. I know guys who are like in their 40s and they won't go to an event without making sure there's going to be some girls there, right? And these guys aren't in my circles, but I do know them. You'll hear them at the barbershop and you'll see them. And these would be opportunities that would be great for networking. Some of these guys are like, you know, entrepreneurs, right? And they would turn down the opportunity of being put in a room with someone who could take their business to the next level, all for the fact there not going to be any females in the room, right? And I know that may sound crazy to some of y'all. Like, if you watch my content, you're probably like more aware, like you're more tapped into like higher like frequencies and stuff like that. But there are men out here who make their life decisions. They make livelihood choices and decisions based on sex. You know what I mean? Like, they make real choices in life based on a set of boobs, a round butt, a pretty face. They will literally throw all of their potential away. They'll throw their present away. Because, you know, man, like, the present is a gift, and you have to know how to balance it. You know, like, I'm not telling you guys to be like, you know, anti-sex and anti, like, you know, pursuing women, but do it in a way to where, like, you're not controlled by the extreme of everything you do has to be predicated on the potentiality of getting some booty, bro. Getting booty should not be more important than getting ahead. And a lot of guys have been stagnant. A lot of guys are in the same spot today that they were 20 years ago, 10 years ago. All because instead of chasing goals, instead of chasing doing better in life, instead of chasing becoming a better person, they decide to chase sex. You know? I'll tell y'all a story, man. I was in college. I majored in social work. I was a dual major. I had a major in social work and a minor in writing, literature, but it's all the same. But I did an internship, guys, at a state penitentiary, right? And, you know, the state pen that I was at was more so kind of like one of the more like facilities for more like violent offenders. You know, a lot of guys were in there for murder, for like, you know, like serious abuse crimes and things like that, right? And, you know, I would talk to some of the COs, some of the wardens, and like even some of the prisoners. Like, I talked to them, right? And one common denominator, right, that stood out to me, right, and this is about 14, 13 years ago. But one thing that stood out to me, man, was a lot of guys were in prison. This is going to sound crazy, right? But it's not necessarily because of them. They still had to do the actions and they still had to do what they did to end up there. But the common denominator, man, was a woman, bro. Was a woman. A female was probably at the center of why I would say 70 to 75% of guys who were incarcerated at that facility. I'll say about 75% were there because in some capacity of a woman, right? And I'm not putting the blame on women. Like, they don't directly make people do what they do, right? But, and the examples were like enormous. There were so many examples from guys walking in on their wives or their girlfriends, like, in the act of messing with someone, and they just black out and they just throw their future away. Or they, they was trying to run up a bag and get some money to impress a girl or to impress a woman or, things like that. And it just goes to show you, man, like, to the blue pill mind, like to the simp mind, to the beta male mind, they will pedestalize a woman to the point to where their future is not important. The livelihood of their existence, man, like everything will go out the window for a woman. They will allow themselves to be put in crazy scenarios and circumstances over a woman, bro. And I'm not telling you how to deal with, things like that or betrayal or anything. That's not what this episode is about. This episode is about telling guys, never put yourself in a circumstance or in a position that will allow you to throw your life away behind a woman. I don't care if you married to her, you engaged, it's your girlfriend, a girl you're dating and trying to get to know. It just is never so serious to where you have to really put yourself in a position where you're no longer amongst the living or the free. But aside from that, because those are more like extreme cases, right? A lot of guys, they really they piss away their potential, right? When you think about like guys who just go online and just like they scroll all day and they online and they're just, the guys who follow the IG models and just comment all the time and under these girls' posts, they're never going to respond to you, bro. They're online for engagement, and you're providing that engagement. The guy who is like hitting it from the back like a drunk driver right now, he's not following her on social media. He's not in her comments lusting over every pic. So instead of spending all your day lusting over girls online, if it's that serious to you, you can go outside and put yourself in real life scenarios to where you can talk to women and you can talk to girls for real. Or you can do something more productive. You could learn a skill set in that free time. Learn how to freelance that and monetize that into a way to where you can generate passive income for yourself. That'll be the more productive route to go. But so many men are led by the small head and they're not using the big head. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. They spend so much time pursuing and chasing that female validation. And I'm just like, man, if you just took that same energy and that same effort and you just did something positive with it and you did something productive with it, right? Do something productive with your time, Do something with your time that's going to turn a profit. I'm telling you, lusting over women, watching porn all day, your penis can turn a different color. You have kept lotion companies in business by yourself by all the masturbating that you do. You have deleted so much life force from yourself right? You drain yourself of so much energy and inspiration and motivation. You could have been 20 steps ahead by now, but you spend your free time lusting. And I'm not making fun of guys who may have a porn addiction, or they may have um, like an addiction to the female anatomy. The female anatomy is a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I think if guys learn how to control that, I'm not telling you to delete it, guys. Listen, it's natural for a man to be out and they see something they like and, look at it, admire it for what it is. Don't be creepy about it. You know what I mean? But you don't allow your desire for ass and boobs and, all the good stuff that women come with physically. Don't allow that to block you from being who you're supposed to be, right? I saw a study from like the USA Today that said the average man between the age of 17 to 41 spends an average of 9 hours per week either scrolling through porn or sexually explicit images on social media, right? And that's 9 hours a week, bro. That's a whole day's work, literally. Scrolling, looking at images of things that isn't making your life better, isn't really adding any value to your existence or to your life. And if you were to take half of that time, right? If you were to cut those 9 hours in half into like 4.5 hours and just learn a different language, go get you a Google certificate or something, man, you're passionate about. Find a way to start a YouTube channel. Find a way to open up an Amazon store. Find something that could benefit you, bro. Because I'm telling you, those girls you're lusting after, one, a lot of them aren't even real, bro. Like when you look at the AI that's out here, a lot of the stuff is fake. But aside from all of that, man, take control of your life. And if you are someone who's spending 9 hours a week watching, pornography or, following, pages of Instagram, thoughts and models and stuff like that, understand that you're not improving your life by doing that, And those 8 to 9 hours a week could be spent doing something far more productive, far more like healthy, I would say. You can get in the gym. You can do other things besides that. You know what I mean? If you're a gamer, find a way to get monetized playing video games, bro. You shouldn't do anything an exorbitant amount of time if you're not getting paid off of it. If you want to be into gaming, and that'll be a different episode too, because there's a lot of information on that. But if you're a gamer and you're spending a lot of time doing that, you know what I mean? And not saying that you have to find a way to turn everything you love into a business, because that's not healthy, you know what I mean? But anything you spend an unhealthy amount of time doing, you need to be able to get some form of a benefit from it. You got a regular full-time 40-hour-a-week job. It may be a job that you hate, but there is a payoff every 2 weeks or once a month or however, so you're paid. Spending all this time, watching these things and lusting over these things, it does nothing for you. It does nothing for you. It's not going to buy you a house. It's not going to bring you eternal happiness or peace. What it does is it gives you a temporary dopamine fix, right? And by temporary, I mean very temporary. But it does far more damage to you than it does good, okay? Because it drains you, literally drains you of your energy, right? And it drains you of a lot of... The reason why a lot of times when you watch porn and after you finish, you feel that defeated thing and you got to hurry up and get it off your screen, is because inherently what you're doing is a low vibrational act. And you know that, man, I'm better than this. And just start small, man. I'm not telling you guys to quit cold turkey if it's something that you really have to watch and view all the time, right? Wean yourself off of it. And what happens by doing a slow process of weaning yourself off is that you'll see over time, man, you will become someone who can see growth in what you're doing, right? And as you see growth in what you're doing as an alternative, that can eventually replace the need and the habit of having to watch the pornography and the booty videos and the twerk videos and things like that. So, yeah, man, like, guys, you're better than that. Find you something else to do that's better for your time. Find you a way to grow spiritually, get closer to God. Find you a way to increase your net worth, get some more money coming in. But watching them cheeks online all day, bro, is not where it's at. It's your guy CJ. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It does a lot for the algorithm. And if you're still here, I appreciate you so much. I'm CJ, and I'm out. Peace.